What's happening, good people? Today we got a little bit of a thinning of the herd. Behind me here we have 3 budget Stratocasters, and fortunately we need to make room for more stuff for you all out there. So we're actually going to be parting with some. So they may be on our Reverb or Gear Exchange sites. We'll leave links down below for them. But before we go, we're just going to do a friendly little shootout between the T's ST1 SPR in the Soulberry, the East Coast ST1 from Andertons, the Black Beauty over here, and just like before when we did the three-way shootout, it was 2 HSS guitars and 1 triple single coil. This time we have the Squire Debut over here in the HSS model. This is actually the latest video. There's videos on all of these. We'll flash you up real quickly just the specs on the guitars, but they've all been basically now set up to what I like as far as action wise, the relief. All the pickups have been set to the same height, and I know you're probably saying like, hey, you know, you should set them to the optimal sound and everything like that whatsoever, but you know what, if you want to buy these guitars and do a review how you want to do it, go at it. But basically, it's all from the pole pieces set from obviously the low E and the high E. So basically all the pickups, because the T's actually has staggered pole pieces. The East Coast and the Squire over here have flat. The humbuckers are actually level with the bobbin itself, and then the single coils are slightly raised. So the neck will be at 4 from the pole piece to the strings. Then we have 3.20 and 2.40. And basically we kind of just took those numbers from, I believe, off the T's, which was the optimal kind of height for where none of the strings hit or anything like that, and we just made sure that they were all like that. So just gonna run through it real quick. Just the clean Fender amp, that's all. And you can determine by the specs who you think is the winner. For the price, I don't think you can beat any one of them. We'll try to play like the similar stuff in all the positions, but it's 3 guitars. It's really hard to keep up with what you're playing, so. And just for the hell of it, we're just gonna go back and play the same thing in all 5 positions on all the guitars again, just really quickly. Well, there you have it. I feel like that the East Coast and the T's are very similar in comparison. In my mind, let me know in the comments what you thought, but I feel like the pickups were better in the T's out of all of them. The body was a little bit heavy on the East Coast, so that might be something you might like and something you might not like. Not saying that the T's is anywhere being light. Obviously, the Squire debut being a thinner body, that's the way it's kind of designed. It was the lighter of all of them, but wasn't lighter in a bad way. It kind of, mind you, that the T's was a production line, so the tuners on that, the low E was a little bit hard to move, and then the B string was a little loose, like it kind of took a little bit before it a little engaged, but that is something I'm sure is probably not even a factor in the actual production line. The East Coast actually had the best tuners out of all of them, felt like butter, all of them moved perfectly. The Squire, you could tell they were off a little bit, like the spacing between the the high E and the B, you could barely even like get your finger in between the two, so you can tell that the spacing was a little bit off. When you think about it, most of these guitars anyway, you're probably going to wind up putting new tuners on them anyway. Very rarely do you ever find a budget guitar. I think maybe the West Creek was one of the only ones. Firefly too had some decent ones. The first T's I had, the tuners weren't bad on that. The T's Telecasters were really good too. They were locking tuners, so a little bit of an upgrade. So I guess it's because I'm more of a traditional person. I liked the neck on the Squier debut out of all of them. It's a 9.5 radius. The rest of the other two are 12-inch radius. So but yeah, let me know which one you thought was the best. Obviously, East Coast is probably easier for you across the pond in UK to get. Maybe even for our Canadian friends. I don't know about the conversion rate. T's obviously is, easy to get in the US, and Squier debut, you get them pretty much everywhere. You've all been a fantastic audience, and as always, stay tuned.